Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? I am so excited to take you in my little laboratory here now that it's functioning. Funny story. I had everything all queued up, ready to go, and then poof, power went out in my house. It came back at about 10:45. So yeah, I was trying to scramble and figuring out if I could do this via hotspot. But luckily, my power came back on, so we're able to do this in our normal setup. Um, if for some reason I automatically just magically disappear and stop doing it, it's not because I don't like you guys, it's because my power went back out. And then I will do what I said as far as going on a laptop. So if this stream, for whatever reason, gets shut off early because my power goes again, I will hop over to a laptop with my phone as a hotspot and boot back up. So hopefully that doesn't happen. In any case, today I am super duper excited to share with you guys how I build creatives that are working right now. And when I mean right now, I mean I literally looked at my ad results this morning, right after I got everything set up, power came back on, got it set up, and I was like, ooh, what's working right now? So it's literally up to like within the last 45 minutes. That's how up to date we are as far as how to build creatives that are working. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into everything so that we can get you guys out of here on time. So hopefully everyone's having a great Friday. We say Friday in my family because it's the last day of the week. We look forward to the weekends and family time that we do here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you all are here. So let's dive in. And I believe I have fixed the presentation issue. I don't know if you guys remember from last month when I did my presentation on like how I allocate budget and when I turn things off and all that stuff. I was having an issue with my animated GIFs, and I believe I fixed it. So we'll see. Step number one, if you have not already done so, please, please, please like this post, show it some love. Say hi in the comments. Where are you coming from? Share it. The more you do, the more it gets out there and the more people we can help, just like yourself. So you could please like this post, show it some love, say good morning, where you're from. And as always, whenever I do a Coffee with ShineOn, as you guys have questions, as I'm going through things, like I have a certain amount of prepared material that I'm going to do. And as it comes up, I'm going to get into that zone and just go through the content. So as I'm going through the content, if and when you have questions, just type them in the chat. Wherever you're watching from, type in the chat. I'll see them. And then I have a Q&A at the end where I go back to the top and then I just start scrolling down all the questions that come on. So I would love it if the questions were around ad creatives. But if there's anything else marketing wise that you have questions for, I'm happy to answer if I possibly can. Understand that I am very talented in the marketing world. I am not super talented in the support technical world. So if it's a technical question or an issue with an account or an app or something like that, we have amazing talent in our support staff, and they will be happy to help you solve any issue you have that direction. Okay. Marketing stuff, how I scale, what products, what budgets, all those things. Those are things for me. Cool. Cool. All right. Swag winners. Got to start off with giving away some swag. It's one of my favorite parts of doing this. We're going to give it up to Alicia Hardy. She got her first sale and she was so kind to share it. So you are going to get some free swag from us. Congratulations, Alicia. If you want to randomly get free swag from us, so swag, t-shirts, mugs, hats, things with our logo on it, fun stuff. Part of being a part of our family is the free stuff. So welcome. Congratulations, Alicia. If you want to join in, so then between now and I'm going to say next Thursday, do one of these things. One of these things as far as a testimonial post with a screenshot of sales that you had. So Alicia would fall in that category. She celebrated her win. That motivates people, right? That gets you guys going. Sometimes we're going to hit roadblocks as we're trying to push this business forward. It's Q4. Everyone says Q4 is the time to scale and time to make all this money. How come I'm not doing that, right? Sometimes we get down on ourselves. So these little testimonial posts are pick-me-ups. Keep going, right? I heard a really good line yesterday, and I used it yesterday in a different context with my son. So I'll give it to you today. You only fail if you quit, right? It's very simple, but very powerful. You only fail if you quit. Everything else is a learning opportunity. So I had to remind my son that, and I have to remind myself that on occasion too. So testimonial posts and screenshots of sales will get you entered into the drawing for free swag. Also, if you have something that's working and you want to share that as a value post, that will also enter you in, get free swag. An example of that is what I'm doing here. Like, I'm going to show you how I design my ad creatives, right? So that you can see the steps of the process, and then you can take them and apply them into your business. And then finally, any tips, tricks, or hacks that helps others succeed. Maybe it's a time management thing. Maybe it's where you found your graphic designer person. Anything that's going to help. It doesn't have to be like, this is the product I'm doing, right? Anything that's going to help somebody else, get ahead in their business, that counts as a tip, a trick, or a hack. So that is how you enter for free swag. Our latest news, let's get you caught up in case you haven't seen our emails. We are offering a brand new curriculum called Launchpad by ShineOn. It is an amazing opportunity if you are kind of stuck in neutral and you're not getting where you want to go. This is a fantastic program. You get a CRO'd copy of a Shopify theme. You get our top 25 selling products of all time. You get a top 100 plus selling phrase fragments. You get ChatGPT email prompts. You get ChatGPT phrase prompts. You get Andrew Vo's TikTok swipe file. Remember, Andrew has made hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars just running TikTok ads. Annual holiday calendar, so you know exactly when you should be focusing on which niche throughout the year. Plus, you get a curriculum of 72 other video lessons. And then extra bonuses, you get 6 months of weekly group coaching, a lifetime access to our exclusive group, and 1 year of the Empire Builder subscription tier, which is an $835 value in and of itself, all by getting Launchpad. So if you're interested in that and finding out more about it, or signing up and taking your business to the next level, please go to launchpadbyshineon.com. It's on the screen, launchpadbyshineon.com. Cool. All right, next up, some of our announcements. We have new acrylic products. So we have 6 additional shapes that we just launched. You can see the shapes as they are rolling through here. We've got square, we've got dome, we've got cloud, we've got heart, we've got circle, and star. Okay, so we've got all kinds of new shapes for you to choose from to really and truly customize your designs. A lot of people are focusing on doing acrylics with message cards, right? So it's like kind of as I'm going to put this either in my bedroom or in my living room as sort of a mantelpiece or something like that. That's where most of our sellers, our merchants, are focusing their attention on, is adapting messages that worked in the past onto an acrylic design. And I'm going to challenge you to sort of stretch your minds a little bit here and go into where I physically have purchased these products for my house. I have 2 of these right now in my older kids' rooms, and they serve as their night lights. So it's a custom shape, design on the shape. My daughter has a unicorn. My son has a Lamborghini outline. So you can do like a fast car with a kid's name, a boy's name. You could do a dinosaur and then have it customized for a name. There's endless opportunities for this. So children's rooms night lights were a giant seller for me in my business in the past. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars I've sold on these children's night lights. So take advantage of those. Don't just do what everybody else is doing. Start stretching your creative minds. Best way to stay caught up is check our featured section. If you're watching us on YouTube and you are not a member of our Facebook group, please go to ShineOn Print on Demand, or Profits on Demand. Join the group. It's absolutely free to join. And that's how you stay up to date. Once there, you can click the featured section and go through all of the featured stuff. That'll keep you updated on the latest trainings, the latest products, the latest announcements, and news from us to you. And here we go. It's my first time. I'm going to watch it for a second because it's the first time I've gotten this to work where my face is diving into a coffee cup. Whee! All right, enough. Digital Marketer's Toast. So as usual, I do not drink coffee. So this is why I'm using my Perrier bottle, because it keeps me full during the morning. So go ahead and grab something to drink. We'll get this party started correctly. And without further ado, raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, or flasks, and join me now for the Digital Marketer's Toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs to higher CTRs, much higher CVRs, to enabled ad accounts and big bank accounts, to upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also in your email flows. Ready? Drink. Right. Amazing. Cheers, John. Cheers, John. Happy to see you guys. Okay. Without further ado, let's get into where the real money is made. Now, this is like part 2 of where the money is really, really, truly made in today's day and age online, okay, for paid advertisers. The big one is product design. We've talked a lot about product design on education on here and all over the place about what makes a good product, what makes a good phrase and things like that. So I present to you a product that has all of the correct attributes properly outlaid in the product itself, okay? That is not, I'll touch on it in a second about the elements, but I'm not going to focus on there. I'm focusing specifically what you are going to show to your potential customers on your ad platforms, whether that's TikTok or Facebook or wherever, okay? For the most part, we're going to talk about images in this training, but at the end, I will touch on how you adapt what I'm going to share with you to videos, okay? Short form video is a juggernaut that you cannot ignore, okay? If you want to attack YouTube short ads, if you want to attack TikTok ads or Instagram reel ads, big money is being made there. So do not ignore that. But we're going to start with the basics with Facebook ad images. And then I'll show you how to adapt. All right. So best practices on products. Number 1, for your salutation, can you guys comment if you can see my mouse? Because I think I see my mouse going. I just want to make sure you guys can see. Can you just give me a quick thumbs up or a yes or something like that? So I know that where I'm pointing on the screen, everyone can see. It's real quick. 5, 4, nobody? There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. So in the salutation and the valediction, that's what this part is called here. Okay. So valediction and salutation. You want to have the same font and you want it to be handwritten, scripty, something like that. Okay. Something fancier for the salutation and the valediction. Then you want to have a sans serif font for the phrase itself, okay? Certain portions of the phrase, the real important parts, the real emotionally charged parts of your phrase, you want to highlight in bold, maybe italicize, maybe throw in an underline, okay? Okay. What font? So as far as remembering specifically what fonts are used, I don't remember offhand. I know I did this in Canva and it was one of the free fonts, right? It's one of the ones that I don't have to do like licensing fees and stuff like that. Any sans serif font that's easily legible, they're all roughly the same. It's not like this is my secret font and this is the only one that will work. Okay. So that's not the case. As long as it's sans serif, you're good. In this particular case, I added a highlight feature on the message card to encapsulate the necklace piece itself or the love knot. And then this card was all about chasing your dreams. So I have a little girl chasing her dreams, which is the love knot. So my quick call outs on designing the design of the product. Simple. If you're going to use an image, it must tie into the message. So having flowers in your design and then saying nothing about flowers in your message is not going to work, okay? Common phrase is, you're one of the most beautiful chapters in my book of life. It's a common phrase. It's popular. It's sold well. Having a book somewhere on there would be appropriate. In this case, I'm talking about a daughter chasing her dreams. So I found a little icon of a daughter who's chasing her dreams, which I'm assimilating as the love knot necklace. Okay. So that's a whole metaphor part of the design. Every component of your design has to have a purpose, and the purpose has to all tie back into the message itself. If you can't figure out how to do that, leave it out. Just focus on the message. Deal? Cool. All right. So then why this particular image would I want to use as a baseline testing image when I'm first testing products or designs? Okay. Number 1, The product itself is at an angle. Okay, so it's a pattern interrupt. As you're scrolling, people are used to seeing squares and rectangles. If you angle it, that jars the person's subconscious and should get them to stop scrolling more often than just if this was up and down, left and right. Okay, so that's why you always want to choose a render that is at an angle. Number two, it's being held by a person's hand and it looks more authentic. It looks like a UGC style image. It's not made in a studio, right? There's no way that AI generated this. This looks more authentic. Authentic images work better on social media than your studio images. You should still feature your studio images on the product page, but not in your ads. Okay, does that make sense? All right. And then finally, it's zoomed in enough to where the phrase is easily read on a mobile screen. Okay, 90+% of your traffic is going to come from your phone. So if the image you're going to use or the video you're going to use does not look good or is too small, meaning the phrase itself is too small on a phone, it's not going to work. Okay, so for initial testing, you need to have, and this has been tested for hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars in ad spend. So this isn't just me guessing or being nice. This is data driven. You should have an up close personal image of the message itself, of the card, so you can see it. None of the message should be cut off by the necklace. Okay. So see how daughter is above the necklace and is above the necklace. A lot of times I see your salutations are so large that the necklace cuts it off. You don't want that. You want it to fit so people can easily read it. Does that make sense? Okay. And then also you want to make sure it's not getting cut off on the edges and not covered by a thumb. You following me so far? Okay. All right. So that is our baseline image. Okay. Now, how do you punch it up a notch? How do you make small tweaks to increase CTRs, to decrease your cost per link click? Okay, so that's step one is this. Make sure your image is angled, up close and personal. None of the message is being blocked off by the necklace or the render itself. Where are we? We're in Q4. We're in holiday season. We want to have as many holiday innuendos in here as humanly possible. Okay? Okay. So we have 3 different renders. We do a very good job for holiday season here. We have 3 different backgrounds on our stock renders. So you don't even need to buy the thing and have it shipped to your house yet. You don't have to have the sample products to be able to do these tweaks. Okay? So these are our straight renders off of what we produce from our app. Amazingly high quality, not touched up at all. Okay? Now, out of these, you would want to zoom in and angle this a little bit and zoom in and angle a little bit. My favorite one of these is the middle one. That's why it's in the middle. Okay. The only thing I would do here potentially is zoom in ever so slightly. I still want to show the ornaments in the background. I may just zoom in just a tiny bit to make the phrase get a little bigger. Okay, so that's just you take the image into an image editor and then you crop it. Okay, and then you upscale it. So you crop. So if this is 1000 by 1000, you crop it down to, let's say, 800 by 800 pixels, and then you save it back as 1000 by 1000 from like the zoomed in version. Okay, otherwise you can just take your 1000 by 1000 and then blow up the picture a little bit to fit. All I would do here is I would cut this and this off, this little edge, right? That'll zoom in and maybe a little bit here. Okay, because I don't care too much about the thumb. I want to zoom in more on the message. So just sort of cut me here, just like that. Okay, that way I can still see a little bit of the background, but it focuses on the image itself. Okay. So that's like step 2. That'll get you a slight bump in your CTRs, and that'll give you a slight reduction in your cost per link clicks. Okay. Now, How do I get this even further? Where does the rubber really meet the road? I'm just playing around with an image. How do I really maximize the amount of stuff that the amount of click-through rate that I can get out of an image, right? Now, truth be told, the majority of your click-through rate, I'm sorry, I got distracted by a question. It's a great question. I'll answer it when we get to Q&A. Let me go back because I forgot my spot there. And then we're going into here and I forgot what I was going to say. See, I'm a squirrel. I have an attention span of a squirrel. I go very down a path sometimes. Okay, so what is the next step beyond this? All right, so after we know we want an angled image to do pattern interrupt. We want it zoomed in. We want to feature some type of holiday background if we can. How else can I squeak out more of a click-through rate? And this is what I was going to say. Your product's phrase, okay, the phrase and the design of the card is going to pull more CTR, is going to be the cause of whether your CTR is good or bad, more so than these tips and tricks that we're applying to ad creatives. The ad creatives, the next tip that I'm showing is really just to supercharge that scroll stop. Okay, so we want as many people to stop scrolling as humanly possible so they read it, and we need our message to be amazing so that they like it, so that they go see the price, right? Because that's the next step is you click on it, goes to the store, how much is it? Oh, that's not that bad. Let me go ahead and add to cart. Okay, okay. Now, I'm going to do this live in Canva. I chose Canva instead of Photoshop because I know a lot of you guys use Canva. I'm a dinosaur. I've used Photoshop forever. I'm way more comfortable in Photoshop than I am in Canva. So please forgive if I fumble around a little bit in here. It's because I don't normally use Canva, but I want to show you how to do it in Canva so that I think most of you guys are using Canva over Photoshop. All right, so we're in Canva here. And I've already uploaded that image, that middle image that I like the best, right? Like I like that image the best. So I've already uploaded it here. Now we're going to add text callouts. Okay. And it's not anything. If you've been in this a while, you've probably seen them before. So we need to add a rectangle. So we go to elements, search rectangle. Here's my rectangle and move it up. I'm going to bring it up to the top, make it a rectangle. Like so. So I don't want to cut off. Any of the message itself. I want people to still see that. Okay. Now, this is going to sound bad, but I want it to be as obnoxious as possible. Why? The more obnoxious your call out is, okay, the more pattern interrupt we're going to get. So by obnoxious, I don't mean the words are obnoxious. I mean the colors are obnoxious. All right. I want to make this like in your face. Holy cow. What is that? Right. So one of two ways I normally do this. The latest way is I use, and this goes back from, this goes back all the way to like 2005 when I was in real estate investing. And it was, what color shows up? Our subconscious react to the most? Okay, so these are your two choices when it comes to your background colors. You don't have to do this. Okay, I'm just going off of what has worked for me for over a decade and is currently working very well. You could do any background color you want. You don't really have to have a background color, but I highly recommend it. You could do white with black text. You could do all kinds of like soft and subtle things if you want to. Me, I want to stop as many people as possible. So this is what I personally do. My two color choices are going to either be obnoxious red as the background or yellow school bus or school bus yellow. Okay. Those are your options. Those are my options. I'm either going to do obnoxious red or obnoxious yellow. Okay. Because our subconscious goes, whoa, what was that? And that's all we need them to do. We need them to stop, right? We need the mindless scrolling. I need you to stop. So I do that when I show you angled images and I show you a little Christmassy, and then all of a sudden now I'm throwing a banner that's super bright and obnoxious in your face. So for this example, let's go ahead and use the yellow background, okay? Now we're gonna add text. We're gonna add a text box. And I want this to go, oops, into here. Okay. Now, you don't get a lot of room because you want this to be big, okay? You want this to be a different font from what you've used for your salutation, valediction, and this, okay? So I like, in my stuff, I like handwritten, but it's almost like a child wrote it, or a man, one of the two. So it's like, it's very obnoxious. Now, if I was advertising to a female buyer, so let's say I'm doing a daughter gift from mom, not daughter gift from dad, okay? Then I would probably choose a different style here. I would choose not as obnoxious of a font. So in this case, let's see, I want font and I want hand. Right, and what does apricots look like? Oh, I think I added something. Hold on. See, this is, there we go. We need to make this much, much larger. Maybe it's too much. Okay. Apricots. No. What about Beth Ellen? No. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm adding instead of, hold on. Sorry, guys. That's right. Once I'm in here, I have to do it from here. And we're going to go handwriting, deco, or Canvas student. No, I don't like that one. Let's Sire. Nope. Almost. That is childish. I would almost do that. Manslava. Here we go. Bright sunshine. No. Because you want it to be easily, the key to this is you want it to be easily read. Bold it? No. All right, good enough. We'll do this one just so that we can move this along, because otherwise I'm going to get into the design world and we're going to go all over the place. Now, a lot of you have probably seen this type of tactic if you've been doing any kind of research, and you'll see things like, I cried reading this. Oops. There we go. And you want to center that. Okay, so this would be like a standard thing. That's been around for a long time. I cried reading this. She cried reading this. I cry forever reading this. I can't stop crying reading this. There are more words in the English language than cried and reading. I promise. Okay. So yes, is it good that you try this and maybe it works the best? I usually have this set up, I cried reading this, as my default. And then I'll have two other images that have different text to it. Now, what I told you that I would have a surprise or like a special secret or whatever that is working right now. So literally an hour ago, I looked at some ads that I was running, and I saw that I looked at which phrase or which image was working the best. I cried reading this. I cried, or I said, she will love this. Okay, pay attention because there's going to be a pop quiz. Okay. Everyone on this call, there's a pop quiz that you're going to have to share and give me your answers here. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell you the answer. So I cried reading this. She will love this. Or perfect Xmas gift. One of those three had twice the performance as the other two. One of those three phrase fragments, I cried reading this, perfect Xmas gift, and what was it? She will love this. Okay. One of those three phrases gave me a link cost per link click cost of half of the other two. So go ahead in your comments, write which one worked the best. Is it Perfect Xmas Gift? And I just saw that one pop up. She Will Love This, or I Cried Reading This. Go ahead and put your vote in the chat, and I'll give it 35 seconds. Do, 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 do. There might be a clue on the screen or not. Do, 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 do. All right. We've got some answers. Let's see what we got here. We've got third one. I don't know which one's the third one. So maybe that's She Will Love This. That was the last one I did. Well, that's the one that's up anyway. Perfect Xmas Gift. She Will Love This. Perfect Xmas Gift. Perfect Xmas Gift. I Cried Reading This. She Will Love This. She Will Love This. She Will Love This. She Will Love This. Perfect Xmas. I Cried Reading. I'm cried reading. Really? She Will Love This. Cried Reading This. Xmas. Perfect Xmas. She Will Love This. Xmas. She Will Love This. Okay, so it's kind of mixed, like, right? Okay. The loser, the worst performing one, was I Cried Reading This. Worst performing one. I Cried Reading This. The best performing one, Perfect Xmas Gift. Who knew calling out the theme of the holiday season would work best? Now, for the love of everything holy, that is what you're trying to get profit from this. Do not just take Perfect Xmas Gift and add it to your phrases or add it to your image callouts. Okay? Please don't do that. Expand on it. Yes, use Perfect Xmas Gift. Go for it as a control, and then have another one next to it. Because I guarantee you, Perfect Xmas Gift is not the most creative thing on planet Earth. Right? The problem that we have in this industry, as far as, and I'm not saying ShineOn, I'm saying print on demand, and realistically, e-com in general, and this includes drop shippers. Drop shippers and print on demanders, they go, oh, that worked for that guy. I'm going to steal it and do the same thing and expect the exact same results. Sometimes that can happen. More often than not, it does not happen. And then you get frustrated and you blame something else besides what's the true thing. And it's you didn't add any value to the market. I see a lot of ads on a daily basis for ShineOn style products. And I see a lot of these call outs. I had never seen anybody use Perfect Xmas Gift before I did it. So is it because I'm a super genius that came up with it, or was it because I was first and the market reacted to seeing something different that they hadn't seen yet? Take that to heart, because that's really the lesson here. The lesson, like there are certain generalities that every good ad creative over the last 2 years has had from an image standpoint, right? We're just talking about images. It's angled box. The phrase can easily be read, so it's zoomed in, and it has some type of text call out. The problem with most of the people that are operating in this industry just take what they saw and do the exact same thing, meaning I saw I Cried Reading This, so therefore let me just use I Cry Reading This. Text callouts on ad images work. They lower CTRs. I've proven it. Many people have proven it time and time again. Do not just use what you see in the marketplace, because right now there are 78 of you that are watching this live. By the end of this weekend, probably 1,000 people will see this stream, at least. If every one of you 1,000 people put Perfect Xmas Gift on your ad images, would they be effective anymore? Nope. That's called banner blindness. It's a real thing. It's more important now than ever. Refreshing your ad creatives all the time is more important than your structure of your ads. By structure of your ads, I mean the number of campaigns, the number of ad sets, your budget, your bid type, what you optimize for. Okay. I'm telling you from personal experience, and $37+ million in sales. Every one of you want to get as many sales as I've done. None of you want to repeat the same mistakes that I have made. That's why I get on here and I get on my soapbox and I try to preach to you about what to do and what not to do. And sadly, most of you will take the easy route and then wonder why it doesn't work for you. Change it a little bit. Perfect Xmas gift. Get your Xmas gift shopping over early, or, all of these phrases, all of the phrases. So what works? The core of it, calling out the fact that this is a great Christmas gift, great holiday gift, great, it's blue ornaments, great Hanukkah gift, right? That taps in a whole different segment that I didn't even touch. That's what I'm talking about, where your creativity should lie. Model is not just the thing that we talk about, right? Like if you've done any training, you watch any YouTube videos, most people will say, okay, this is what's working and you should model after it. But this is how you do that. I cried reading this. Great. So how do I make that better? Well, she will love this. That's calling attention. What is this? It creates curiosity. What is this? Why would she love this? Oh, it's the phrase. Oh, I love that phrase. Let me see how much it costs. And I get a necklace with the phrase. Cool. Perfect Xmas gift. Especially if you're advertising to guys. We're dumb. We are. Okay. I love being a guy. You couldn't ask me to be a woman for anything on planet Earth. But I also have to admit that we have faults. And most guys don't think about stuff. Like, I'm not going to get into he said, she said, but it's like, we do not think far ahead. We don't. We think this far in front of our face. So if I'm in my face, when I got my Facebook or TikTok or whatever scrolling, and I go, perfect Xmas gift. Oh, that's right. Christmas is coming around the corner. I do love my daughter. Oh, that's cool. Click. Oh, wow. It's only 50, 60, 70, whatever it is, dollars. I can do that. And then I'm done. I got my card and my gift. That's how men think. Okay. Please do yourself a favor. Take it and model after it. Okay. Okay. Now, how do we take what I'm learning on ad images? Why do I start with ad images, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I can answer that question. I start with ad images because it's faster. That's the real answer. We have this beautiful software that we give to you guys for access to free. And I know we have the subscription tiers now, which add extra benefits, and you should totally get into that because it's well worth it if you're selling. Okay. We have a beautiful software system that generates world-class renders, like amazing renders. Before I came to ShineOn and I was doing print on demand, I was paying a company, and I forget the name of them, so don't ask. I'll have to Google it. It's the biggest one. So if you do like POD renderers or something, it's a professional thing. They charge like $50, $60 a month just to get the rendered images. It's like they do nothing else. Nothing else. They spend for $60 a month. You could take your image, upload it onto People, right? So it's like, I want a red shirt and here's my design. And then I get people wearing it, right? This is the quality of renders that we give you guys. And I think oftentimes it's overlooked how great this system is. So I wanted to call out our dev team and how good they are and our graphic design team for putting together this amazing rendering system that we have. So with that said, the system spits it out automatically for me, right? So it gives me a canvas to test, fast, cheap. By cheap, I mean for like 20, well, my budget's a little bit bigger right now, but for like $60, I determined that perfect Xmas gift on this image literally is like $1.50 cost per link click. And then it was like $2.80 or something like that for She Will Love This. And then it was $3.55 for I Cried Reading This. Now, not to beat a dead horse, but might as well kick it while it's down. The reason I Cried Reading This didn't work or work the worst was because everyone had seen it. Everyone has seen it, right? If you've shopped, half the world has probably seen I Cried Reading This. So do yourself a favor. Text call outs, yes. I Cried Reading This, not so much. Cool? Cool. Okay. So how do we adapt images to videos, right? So you get into short form videos or square videos for Facebook. It's the same mentality. What have I said as far as our requirements for good ads? Product at an angle. The message is zoomed in enough to where you can read it very easily. And it calls out, what did we just figure out? Calls out the season that we're in. Hey guys, another dad sitting here, minding my own business, and I got smacked in the face with this gift and I had to get it. You know what? I'm so thankful I did, because now my Christmas shopping for my daughter, who I love more than anything on planet Earth, is done. So if you love your daughter as much as I love your daughter, you owe yourself to check this out. Listen to this message and tell me this doesn't speak to your heart. If this doesn't tear you up, I challenge you as a dad. Have fun with it. Now, if you're a lady and not a guy that does that type of voiceover on the videos, that's okay. Guys, I'm a female talking to the men trying to buy this thing. Guys, don't look like an idiot this Christmas season. Get your daughter something she will cherish forever. Mom approved. Buy yours before we sell out. Something along those lines, right? So you can take what you learn from an image and adapt it to a video. Now, what do you need for a video? One of a couple things. Ideally, you get a sample kit so that you can print out your own message card, right? If you have a printer, cardstock, it's not the same quality as what they'll actually get. It will be better than, like the thing they actually get will be better than what you show on your ad, but it'll be sufficient enough to show up on your video, right? So cardstock printer. Doesn't have to be a fancy printer. I've got an Epson Eco Tank. It was like under $200. Okay, prints out just fine. I've got 2 boxes, which again, the sample kit. If you don't have a sample kit and you really want to do this seriously, I would highly recommend you order a sample kit. So you get the 2 boxes, the mahogany box and the 2-tone box, and then a sample of necklaces, right? Now for acrylics, it's a little bit trickier. You're going to have to use our renders or order a specific sample of it, right? Like you could order, design it, and then order a version of it, get it to you, and then shoot videos. Now, how would I do it with acrylics? I would only exclusively test and get sales on image ads. And then as soon as my image ads were scaling, meaning above profitable. So if I've spent $100 and I've made $50 in profit, I am not running out and buying my sample of acrylic, right? It's a day after day after day. If I've made $50 a day in profit for 3 or 4 days in a row, or cumulatively over 3 or 4 days in a row, like one day you may make 100, the next day you may make 25, the next day you may make 75, then you make 125. That's more accurate for profit, right? Then I would order and get it in and shoot my videos that way. Okay. So this is all a step thing to preserve your capital. And that's one of our big goals here. So that's how I would adapt, taking stuff you learn from images, image ad testing, into videos. Okay. Unless you already have the sample kit, I would only start with images. You are now good, primed, ready to go for all ads for the rest of the quarter. Because from now until cutoff shipping date, it's all about holiday season. 60 some odd, the majority of people in this country, in the United States and Canada, celebrate Christmas. So do you know what that means? 98%, if not more, of the marketers out there are going to ignore the other holidays. Think about it. How many Hanukkah gifts have you made so far for your testing? Okay. Go blue ocean holiday gifts. I'm not saying don't go after the Christmas people. I'm just saying don't forget about our Jewish people. Okay. And the other holidays that are being sold to or are being celebrated this time of year. All right. So that is at its core what I wanted to cover today. You now know the core structure of all ads, whether it's image or video. You want your product at an angle. If it's video, you want often motion, not fast motion, not holy cow, I'm getting nauseous watching this video, but you want a flicker, a slight bend, a zoom in, something every 2 to 3 seconds. Okay. Highly encourage, if you're going to do the video, do an intro and then work your way into talking about the phrase itself and then ending it about the necklace itself, as far as the quality of the necklace. Okay. That template, that format has been a winner for me. I think I might toot my own horn. If someone ran video ads for a ShineOn product prior to June of 2021, please let me know. Because if no one lets me know that they ran video ads for ShineOn products prior to June of 2021, I was the first person to do that. Okay. So I know a thing or two. And guess who has gotten ripped off constantly for my video formats? Because the majority of the market only follows. They only copy. They don't improve upon. Be a better marketer than that. Take 5 extra minutes, brainstorm. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be fancy. Trust me, coming up with perfect Xmas gift was not a long-standing work. It was like, I need something short and I want to integrate Christmas. Oh, okay. 3 words, perfect Xmas gift. And I'm not saying that's the best. I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying it's the best out of the 3 that I tested, right? Okay. So now we're going to move into go back to our presentation, and we're going to go into our last question, because I know a lot of you are going to ask me this. I talked a lot about what to put as far as your ads go, but now you're going to ask me, well, how do I advertise the thing? What's my ad setup? It's not as important now as it used to be. It's just not. It's not near as important as it used to be. This is what I'm currently doing. It's working well for me. It takes about a day for it to find its groove. So you just kind of have to let it, if you've got any kind of life, meaning the cost per link click is decent, let it run. And by decent, I mean under $2. If you're at $4 cost per link click, it's not going to work. Okay. So after like $10, $15 of ad spend, if you're at $4 or $5, it's done. And I actually talk about that here in a second. So for each design, each product that I have, this is my testing setup. I have one campaign. I have one ad set with, it used to be called broad targeting, and Facebook is Facebook. So they constantly change the names. So now it's Advantage Plus targeting, whatever. It's the one that I don't choose anything. I just here, Facebook, you pick. Okay. So I've got one campaign, one ad set. The one thing I do on the ad set level is I turn dynamic creative testing. That little toggle switch is turned on, which will give me one ad. Okay. So I set up one ad, and inside of the one ad, I add 3 to 5 ad images. What are your ad images, Jim? The ad images are literally the exact same image with different phrases on them, meaning the call out. So that's how I did my test. She will love this. I cried reading this. Perfect Xmas gift. We're 3 different ad images that I added to my DCT test. Then I did one primary text, which was written by ChatGPT. I literally went to ChatGPT and said, hi, I want to sell this product. Write me the greatest primary text for a Facebook ad ever written that is guaranteed to get me the highest click-through rate out of any ad on the platform. And you know what? It's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. So I did that. And then I got a headline. My headline is my offer. So it's like, click shop now, or it's like get 50% off, click shop now. Click shop now to get 50% off. Use the word get somewhere in your headline. Okay. Get is the highest converting word out of every other word in the English language. Get. The second highest converting word in the English language, claim. Claim 50% off, click shop now. Get 50% off, click shop now. Well, Jim, which one should I use? I don't know. Why don't you test it? Because in DCT, dynamic creative testing, you can test up to 10 images, up to 10 primary texts, and up to 10 headlines. Now, I don't recommend you do that because most of us are not operating off of tens of thousands of dollars in ad budget a day to find a winner. But what you will want to do is like 3 to 5 ad images, 1 to 2 primary text, 1 to 2 headlines. Okay. My budget on the test is $50 a day budget for each design. But remember, what you budget does not require you to spend that. I just want answers fast. So I could do a $10 a day or a $5 a day budget, but I'm going to get an answer in 4 days. I could just budget $50, spend the $10, figure out what my cost per link click is. If it's anywhere close to $2, then I give it another $10. And if after $20, I don't have an add to cart, then I'm like, what's going on? Especially if my cost per link click is cheap. So here's a hint. If you have really good cost per link click and no add to carts, one of two things is happening. Facebook's pixel is still optimizing, trying to figure out who is going to click on your thing and then who likes it enough to buy it. So just leave it alone. Or your price is too high. Okay. As long as you don't have a third-party app getting in the way, like an email pop-up on the product page. If you have an email pop-up on your product page, please get rid of it. It's not helpful. I've tried it. I've driven about $1 million through it in 3 months using the pop-up. It does not add revenue to your store. What it does do is it takes revenue from that you would have gotten from the ads and transfers it to email. So it makes your ads look like they're performing worse and your email is performing phenomenally, but your net gain is 0. So, and it lowers conversion rates. So please, if you have apps or things getting in the way of your product page and the add to cart button, please remove them. Okay. If you want to know how I do this, as far as I have a budget and I spend this much money, and what point do I need to turn stuff off? Go watch in my last month's Coffee with ShineOn. It was called Learn the Rosetta Stone for Your Ad Data. You go in the group and search Rosetta Stone, and it'll probably come up. It's just last month's Coffee with ShineOn that I did. And I break it all down. I spend like an hour talking about it. So I'm not going to do that here. But that's how I do my setups. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're into my favorite part of the day, the Q&A part. Let me scroll back up here. If you have questions that you have not answered and you would like to have answered, please spend the next minute or two going through here. I've got about 10 or 15 minutes that I can spend if we need to. Otherwise, I will have to end it by 12:15 because I've got another engagement that I have to get to. So we can hang out for a little while longer, and let's go ahead and see what we got. All right, short form video, you got my curiosity. Hopefully I answered this question. It was excited to see what's working for you with the rise of short form video. You've got my curiosity. So for short form videos to work, you need to test your hook a lot. The hook is the first 2 to 3 seconds. That is, think of a short form video hook. So the first 2 to 3 seconds is the same thing as that text call out. So I cried reading this, perfect Xmas gift. Those should all be your hooks, right? And you should do the same core video. So reading of the phrase, talking about the necklace and the box and the quality and all that stuff, that should all be the same. And then the front of it, the first 2 to 3 seconds, that hook, that's what you're split testing. Okay. Good morning. Are you guys going to turn? Oh, that was Tammy did that one. Okay, here we go. Good morning. Great. Good morning. What font for the main text is being used in this particular card? So Guna, again, I don't remember the specific names of the fonts, as long as it's a sans serif and easily read. That matters. So like, you don't want to choose a serif font, the things with the little notches at the ends and tops of the letters. You want that super easy to read. Beyond that, Anything in the Helvetica family of fonts works really, really well. Okay. What are your thoughts on using the mahogany box? I almost exclusively sell mahogany boxes. I like the extra margins. And when I do my ad videos, being able to call out the quality of the box and the light and stuff like that is really good. So I absolutely encourage you guys to sell the mahogany box. Part of me, I go back and forth of whether or not a product should have both boxes or just the one box. The reason I say that is every question that a customer has to answer lowers the conversion rate. Believe it or not, people are that lazy. So for example, if I have one variant, so if I have a mahogany box or two-tone box and then add to cart, I'm going to lose some people versus just saying, here's one product, buy this one product, add to cart, go. Okay. So if I add one variant level, then I lose some more people. If I add two variant levels, so now it's, do I want the white gold, yellow gold, two-tone box, mahogany box, and then add to cart. Now I'm asking two different things. Now I lose more people, right? So having options for people is good to an extent. It's a personal business decision that you have to make. Me personally, I limit it to one variant choice. By that, I mean, either I have one box and the choice is between white gold, yellow gold, or I have one necklace type and I choose between the two boxes. Okay, that's what I personally do. Here is the answers. Let me get through this. Sadly, it's often recommended by other coaches. That was my soapbox part, right? It's true. There's a lot of coaches that make a lot of money. Why? Because it's easy. It's easy on them. It's easy on them to say, go ahead and steal other people's stuff. Doesn't bother me any, right? Drop shipping, it works. I would say drop shipping, it's more effective than in print on demand. Ripping off someone's design and then copying it over onto your design doesn't work as well as, say, taking a physical product. Like, let's say, these blue light glasses, right? Let's say I see someone selling these blue light glasses and I want to sell these blue light glasses. I can take this same product, order it off of Amazon, probably get it in a day or two, film my own video, and now I've ripped off the product, but I've created my own ads, right? The problem with print on demand is when you steal someone's design and then you just upload it to the same rendering engine, say through ShineOn, and you use the exact same image, Facebook knows that. And they're going to penalize you because of that. They're just not going to give you the same traffic because the other person that's scaling is doing that. They know that. They know that person A is spending $1,000 to $3,000 or whatever plus a day on their product. And here come you, a copycatter, who's going to try and spend $25 a day. Well, what do they care about $25 a day? They're going to give you crap traffic. You're going to give up. And then the other person's going to keep winning. Okay. If you are pushing a product on Facebook or TikTok and you've got market share, like you're pushing volume, $5,000, $10,000 a day, nobody is going to be able to touch you. No one's going to be able to rip your product off. Hundreds are going to try, and almost all of them are going to fail. And the ones that do succeed are going to succeed at a much smaller amount. Okay. I had a wine bottle opener that I sold forever. I probably made this dude a millionaire on Amazon because he literally changed his name to what I was calling it on Amazon. And I didn't know anything about Amazon. I was just a Shopify dropshipper back then. But I, in one product, sold over 3 years. I think I did about $7 million on one product, right? So Facebook knew who was feeding them money year in and year out. So nobody could touch me on that product. All right. So that's, I'll get back off my soapbox now. Men will be men, screen so blurry. Yes, this is recorded and will be in the group once it's done processing and I end the stream. It'll be both in the Facebook group and on YouTube. What are the 2 pointers for conversion? One, use get and CTA, and what was the other? The 2 highest converting words in the English language is get and claim. Claim, C-L-A-I-M. Okay, so you want to claim a prize, claim what's yours, claim this discount, or get stuff, because people love getting stuff. People love getting stuff more than claiming stuff because it's less work. Think about it. Think about the psychology. Claim means, oh, I got to do an action to claim it. I got to go do this. Get just means I can sit here and it comes to me, even though it's the exact same action. Okay. Best scaling method. Best scaling method right now, in my opinion, is slowly increasing ad budgets on campaigns that are working. And I almost vomited in my mouth saying that. And I'm sorry, that's probably not appropriate, but because forever, it was not the way to go. Forever, not the way to go. It was always duplicate your ad sets, duplicate your campaigns, stuff like that. Honestly, once you have right now, when you have something working, you want to scale, start bumping up the budget, like 20% a day. Okay. And then if the ROAS or performance dies for that day, just pause it there. See if it catches back up the next day. And then if it doesn't, then lower your budget a little bit. And then once it catches again, wait a day, have that good day, and then try bumping it up again. And then if you want to really inject a lot of capital, because no matter what you're doing, that keeps going, you want to scale faster. You can either switch it. I don't know if they let you switch it anymore. More than likely, it'd be better to duplicate what you're running, campaign or ad set, and go to manual bid. So it's cost per sale or whatever they call it now. It's they change the names of the manual bidding options like every couple of months, so I don't keep up with it anymore. But you go to a manual bid, you budget like $1,000, and then you start playing around with the bid amount to see. You don't want to necessarily spend the full $1,000 in a day unless your CPAs are staying there. What you want to do is just kind of test the bids on it, or like a range. So if you want to start at $50 and go 50 to 100, like 50, 70, 90, 115, and see which one gives you the lowest CPA, and then go from there. Okay. Does everything you just said work with TikTok? Absolutely. Everything I said is fundamentals of marketing. It has nothing to do with the platform. Okay. The call out I made just a few minutes ago applies directly to TikTok as well. When you're doing short form videos, you want to be split testing the first 2 to 3 seconds, that hook, and that replaces the call out. So we're on Facebook, we're testing images, and we have the text call out. On TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Reels, so Facebook, Instagram, Reels, you want to split test your 2 seconds, your hook, and your hooks are what you would put in the text boxes. So in our case, I cried reading this. She will love this. And then perfect Xmas gift. Do 3 different hooks in the first 2 to 3 seconds on there. How about white versus yellow gold? We're seeing 90% of our sales for white. Yes. So my wife disagrees. The question is, how about white versus yellow gold? We're seeing 90% sales for white. My wife loves yellow gold. So if it was her, she would definitely be buying the yellow. But the majority of my sales are also on white gold. So if my budget was super limited and I wanted to really try, just something and not split test which one works the best and stuff like that, at least in the beginning, I would start with white. And then once it start going and you're getting profitable with it, then you may want to split test yellow gold. Okay. So find the message, because remember, the message is what's driving the majority of the sale decision. The necklace is like a bonus. Okay. So test with white gold if you want. And then as you find whatever phrase is working and the stuff that you're working on, then you would want to split test potentially yellow gold for like a day or two. See if you're like, so on this phrase with this ad call out with this ad itself, just the only difference being yellow gold, does it hold water performance wise with white? And if it doesn't from a link CTR standpoint, or a link CTR or cost per link click, then just stick with the white. As far as purchase, like when you're first doing a test on ads, you can't judge it off of purchase unless you're going to give it a lot of budget, right? So like 10, 20 bucks worth of budget. You want to just look at what does yellow gold produce from a link CTR cost per link click basis versus white. Then look at add to cart next, not straight purchases. The reason I say that is yellow gold is going to be more expensive because yellow gold is more expensive. Actually, technically, anyways. So it's going to be a higher price for the yellow gold versus the white gold. So you do want to take a look at add to cart. So if add to cart is way more expensive, the add to cart rate has dropped a lot, and you're not making more money by selling yellow gold, you'd want to stick with the white gold. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing of an answer. For the call out in your ad, do you have any advice on what to avoid with the call out so we do not get into trouble with Facebook? Facebook really doesn't care about text on ads anymore. That used to be a big thing back in the day. So we're good as far as text goes. As far as what words you put on there, don't put things that are offensive. Stick to PG. Okay, if it's a PG rating, if you could say it to a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, because we're in this crazy world we live in. If you can say it to a 10-year-old, you're good to put it on the phrase itself. What featured image would you use for the product page? Do you match it with the ad image? Most of the time, yes. So Denk says, what featured image would you use for the product page? Do you match it with the ad image? Yes, congruency does make a difference. So whatever. Now, I do not do all the text call out banner. I don't have that on the product page. It's just the image itself. Okay, so just the product image is what I put on there. All the extra banner stuff is not on that one. So the next question is, would the wording hurry selling out fast work? The only way to know that is if you test it. So a proper answer. Anything, if I were to tell you my answer, it would be my opinion on what would work. The proper answer is through data and testing. So the only way you're really going to find out is putting hurry selling out fast as a text call out on the ad and put it up against a couple others and see what the results are a day or two later. Okay. My opinion is hurry selling out fast is a great scarcity tactic on the product page. Okay. So that's my opinion. Should we sign on? What other niches besides dad or daughter is good for holiday gifts and Facebook ad? I've tried grandparents to grandchild and got lots of clicks, but no sales. If you've gotten lots of clicks and they're all under $2, it's probably your price is too high. So he or she, because it says Facebook user, is saying what else besides dad to daughter works? Well, mom to daughter, mom to son, husband to wife, soulmates, grandma to granddaughter, grandma to grandson. Those all can work. Every niche can work in the holiday season. Okay. So, don't give up on that. If you're getting a great click-through rate and your cost per link click is sub $2, then you've got something. You just have to figure the rest of it out because people are clicking on it. They're just not adding a cart. So if they're not adding a cart, well, I don't know. I don't know if they're adding a cart or not. So no sale, I don't know. I know you're not getting sales. I don't know if you're getting no carts. I would have to know where in the funnel it's broken. So if you're getting clicks for under $2 and I don't know anything else, so let's assume you have no added carts, then it's a price issue. You lower your price a little bit or increase your price a little bit. You have to test that. After you make sure there's nothing getting in the way of getting the added cart. So there's no third-party app popping up to block people's views. You don't have a really slow page because of other apps that you have on there. You don't have 14 different options for variants. If you have a text customizer option, so it's like if your field for grandma is customizable, so you can say, love your grandma, love your mama, love your papa, love your nana, love your whatever. If you have that text customizable field, just make sure you call that out in your ad so that they expect to have to fill out, customize with your name on the ad somewhere, customize name and an arrow pointing to where you can customize the name. That shows them that they're going to have to do a little bit of work, meaning input their name. Okay. That's what I would do as far as add to carts. I wouldn't give up on that product if it's got lots of clicks. You could also just be seasoning the pixel. right? Like every time I start a new store, I have to season the pixel, which means I have to give it a little bit of patience and spend a little bit of money on knowing that, hey, I spent this, I've got great clicks. I just need them to go that next step to get to that add to cart or the next step to optimize. Okay. John Lee, I think it will also increase CPM dramatically. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Oh, I guess if it's not talking about inappropriate words in the pages. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Sorry, bud. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Some coaches recommend free shipping. I think you do not. But if you do free shipping, would you put that in the ad? Yes, I would put. I do not recommend free shipping. You're giving away $5 to $6 every sale. I've done $37 million in sales. That's not to be braggadocious. I literally, it frustrates me because it's like, I got these people telling the world and everybody listens to them about do free shipping, it'll help. Sure. It may increase your add to cart or your conversion rate by like 0.25%, maybe 0.5%. But you know what's going to work better than having a higher conversion rate? Having more money in your pocket. It's $6 every sale. Every sale. So you guys can keep doing free shipping. That's fine. It's your business. But guess what? I will be able to outspend you on every single campaign. Even if we offer the exact same product, even if we have the exact same pricing, everything else being the same, I will win because my CPA can be $6 higher than yours. It's just math, guys. Please check. If you are an active merchant and you're offering free shipping right now, and by active merchant, I mean you get sales every week. So you have baseline data to go off of, okay? For 1 week, add shipping. 1 week. And if at the end of that week, nothing else changes, your ads are the same, they perform the same, the cost per your ads are the same, the cost per link are the same, the world didn't blow up, something like that. Keep it steady for 1 week, add shipping. And if you don't make more money, you get to tell me I'm wrong, and then you get to go back to free shipping. Or you can tell me thank you. Because every person that I have ever challenged in that light that actually took me up on that thanked me. Because guess what? It works. I'm trying to give you guys more money. But hey, whatever. You guys do you. Yes, as a marketing tactic, if you are going to offer free shipping, you darn well sure better have that thing plastered everywhere. In the primary text of your ad, I don't necessarily think it needs to go in the ad image itself, but definitely in the primary text of the ad and definitely on the product or on the store itself as an announcement bar. Okay, you have to call it out because that's the only way that it's going to have a chance of winning. All right, it's 12:18. I'll do 2 more. Would you target daughter and Facebook ad besides broad? Nope, I wouldn't. How would you target daughter and Facebook ad besides broad? Any other huge audience. So if you want to go beyond broad, then try something with tens of millions of people in it. Amazon, Walmart, dogs, pets, sports, anything giant. Okay. What is it? They used to have one, engaged shoppers, but I think you get a premium now for that because it's a attribute, not an interest. Foreshadowing for all of you who love interests. It's going away. Okay. Embrace broad, embrace the automatic things because probably within the next 12 months, you won't have an option. There will be no interest. Facebook is getting rid of it. That's why they're doing it as an Advantage Plus thing right now. Okay. That's why they recommend it because soon it's going to be the only option. Thanks, Mark. You're welcome, John. All right, Alice. That is my time for the day. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. Show some love if you liked this in the comment section. It gives me a nice little smile that I'm actually genuinely trying to help you guys in your business to succeed. There is a blue ocean of opportunity out there. Okay. Just don't straight copy. That's my closing thoughts. And it's usually, I'm beating this to the drum. Add something to the marketplace and you will be rewarded. Change it a little bit. Cool? Cool. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Friday. I hope your sales are scaling, and I hope you guys the very best of success. And I will see you on the next Coffee with Shine On. Stay shiny.